If you love nothing better than a good old-fashioned hot dog with mustard and ketchup, what we're about to show you might blow your mind a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to fancy up your Franks with delicious toppings from chef and culinary instructor Ashton Keefe, who also used to be one of our Today Show food stylists. Is it weird to come back?
No, I love it. I love being here.
It's like your people are here. So talk to us about fancying up. My kids like a staple twice a week hot dogs. That's how we do it. Oh, we just cook them on the stove and that's it. Yeah. But how can we make something a little bit better?
Well, everybody's grilling this summer. It's really, really fun. But I like to combine things that you would be eating at a barbecue anyway. So we're doing our first fancy Frank is a Mexican dog. So we're doing guacamole, street corn on the hot dog.
Easy,
right?
No sides.
It's all right there.
Yes,
Delicious.
so fun. Okay. So we're going to make the guacamole. Everybody knows how to make this. Really simple. And then you can use this as a side, too, throughout.
Avocado, lime, and cilantro.
Just mash it up. I'm going to get you guys involved.
Okay.
Just go ahead and
just
toss that in here.
I just purelled.
No, just dump the whole thing.
Really?
You don't even
all
need
that?
Yeah, all the cilantro.
Okie dokie.
And then lime juice.
How much salt?
Just give me a nice big pinch. Ooh, I like it.
Too much?
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it.
I don't know.
Exactly. So you'll mix this up. This will become a guacamole. And then we have Mexican street corn. So when you're grilling your dogs, you can also be grilling your ears of corn.
Smart.
And then just do it all at once.
Do you do everything outside on the grill? You like that the best?
I like that. It's summer. I mean, if you don't, you can definitely do this on a grill pan inside. That's easy. And then that's just some onions, some cojita cheese. We've got some olive oil. We've got some salt. Yeah. Go for it.
No, why not?
Sour cream, and then lime zest. So you can just take, microplane, go for it. You can just microplane that right in there.
I was like, what's happening?
It's going to also clean your brush in this segment. Okay, hold on. Just like that. And then you mix this up, and we'll go up here, and I'll show you guys the finish.
This is my favorite. The corn is so refreshing in summer.
It's so
really
good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we've got some Franks just grilling up here.
Okay. So now
like
you just
this.
dress it up the way you want.
Absolutely.
Oh, you cook your buns.
You have to cook the bun.
You do?
Otherwise, it's mush. You're putting foam around it. Yeah.
Foam around it. You can put some butter on that,
too. You just dress it any way you want?
Yeah, so put some of that avocado mash, guacamole, and then you've got your Mexican street corn.
Come on, that looks so delicious.
It's so good.
These are thin little hot dogs. I like to get the thicker ones. I'm not just saying it. Yes. No, I'm not saying to be funny. I really like the thicker ones. It's long and thin. Look at it.
I don't know. We're going to move to the next one after that comment. You can do a vegetarian dog, too, if you want.
Okay, I definitely would.
Definitely do a vegetarian dog. And then we're going to go to the Italian dog.
Okay.
And what we did, as I cooked these a little bit, like par-cooked them, grilled them, and then I'm going to roll it up in a little prosciutto.
Oh, that's interesting.
Isn't that kind of fancy? And then you throw it back on the grill.
Wow.
Just like that. And you've got a nice crispy prosciutto.
Meat on meat.
Okay.
Meat on meat.
I love it.
Meat on meat.
Yeah.
All right, and now what do you do with
And then this one is actually topped with some roasted red peppers, which I don't know where they went, but we'll just pluck them from right here. You guys will see.
So you put roasted red peppers on top.
And then I like to use like a hoagie and do mozzarella.
Oh, and look at the mozzarella. Yum. And look at how your cute little basket with a couple of chips.
Nice.
See?
It's like a little
you get
dip
the whole meal
and
instead of having to. That was great.
I love hot dogs. This was exciting
I
for
know,
me.
and it's we're so happy you're back too to hang with us
so great
today.
to be here. So great to be here.
To get the recipes, go to today.com/food.
Giardiniera loosely translates to from the garden, and it's something Italians have been doing for a really long time, taking all of the summer vegetables at the end of the harvest and preserving them so they don't go to waste. My version is an overnight giardiniera relish, which is more of a quick pickle. It comes together a hell of a lot faster, and because everything's chopped in smaller pieces, you're gonna get a taste of everything in one bite. The first thing we need to do is prepare our vegetables. I'm gonna get my mason jar right on standby, and all of these vegetables are going to be chopped into a 1/4-inch dice. First up are our carrots. And it doesn't have to be perfect. As you chop each vegetable, transfer it right into a mason jar. Up next is a yellow onion. I like using yellow onions. Find they're a little bit sweeter, but you can use a white as well. I would skip the red onion here just because of aesthetics. We already have a red bell pepper. Perfect. Okay. Next up, a bell pepper. just work your knife alongside the exterior of the pepper to remove the ribs, and the core will come out with it. Same thing, 1/4 inch dice. Add this layer right on top of our onions. Up next is celery. You may be tempted to cheat here. I know it's a lot of chopping, but don't use anything like a food processor or anything else like that. You're not going to be able to control the size, and it's just going to be a mishmash of just pureed, shredded vegetables. Okay. Just a few things left. Up next, we're gonna add a little bit of heat. I'm using a serrano, but you can use a jalapeno or any hot chili pepper. One thing that you need to do, at least if you're me, is put on a glove when you do this, because no matter how well you wash your hands after you handle something like this, if you put your hands in your mouth or in your eyes, you're gonna remember that you touched a pepper earlier that day. I'm gonna make sure I get all the seeds out of here because I wanna be able to enjoy my hot dogs later. That looks great. Put that right on top. Next up, some garlic. Oh, this was an easy one, guys. 2 cloves. Nice and fine. Okay, let's get that in there. And last but not least, some pitted Spanish olives. Just like everything else, about a 1/2 cup worth. Okay, that'll do it. Let's get those right on top. Up next, we're going to make our pickling liquid. In this saucepan, I have 2/3 of a cup of just tap water, and now I'm going to add an equal amount of distilled white vinegar. First thing we're actually going to add is some sugar, which will help with the preservation and also give it some sweetness. 2 tablespoons of that. Then because this is going on a hot dog, I'm going to add some mustard seeds just to give it that mustardy essence. I feel like I'm making like a witch's brew over here. Some dried oregano. Never forget to season. 1½ teaspoons of salt. And finally, for a little bit more heat, just for me, about 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, but add as much as you'd like. Give it a stir. We want the salt, the sugar to completely dissolve. So we have a nice simmer. Our liquid is clear, which means everything has dissolved nicely. And all that's left to do, pour this over, and then just give it some time. Wow, I'd hate to say that this recipe is perfect, but proof is in the pudding. That relish is going to be amazing on my provolone-wrapped hot dogs. There's more than just a hot dog with mustard on top. We have to do better, people. That's why I figured, why not wrap it in provolone cheese? Cheese, delicious. Hot dog, delicious. What can go wrong, right? But first, it's all about the bun. I love a brioche split top bun. Delicious. I love how nice and soft and flavorful these buns are. They're loaded with butter, but not enough butter. So we'll just add a little bit more. Just an even smear on the sides. which is going to help toast these up beautifully. Make sure you get both sides. I think I'll make a couple. Okay, let's get this on our preheated griddle. Just looking for some beautiful golden brown markings. Give them a flip. You can smell that butter. It smells so good. Don't these look gorgeous? Don't worry, I will leave them right here for you to look at. Let's throw a couple of our hot dogs. Any kind you like. I like an all beef hot dog, and just one that fits your bun properly. Unless you don't care about that. So just begin to rotate them. If you don't have a grill pan and you're in a bind, you can even boil your hot dogs. These are nearly done. Let's get ready for the fun part. Wrapping them in provolone cheese. You want it on the thin side so that when you roll it, it doesn't break. And all you're going to do is take your freshly grilled hot dog, place it towards one end of the cheese, and just roll it up. It will melt slightly from the heat of the hot dog, but not completely, so it'll still have its own texture. And right into our prepared bun. Ooh, that has some beautiful marks on it, just the way I like it. Wrap it up. All we need now is our delicious giardiniera relish. Give it a nice stir. Okay, you can see our cheese is glistening from the heat of the hot dog. Now to top it with some of our relish. This is one of those instances where less is not more. Yum. Is this not the prettiest hot dog you've ever seen?
All throughout the Winter Olympics, we've shared some Chinese recipes. This one is a sweet and salty treat that is certain to be a hit at any party. They're called hot dog flour buns, but wait until you see.
They're so cool.
Right? Here to show us is Kristina Cho. Her blog is perfectly named Eat Cho Food, and her newest cookbook is Mooncakes and Milk Bread, sweet and savory recipes inspired by Chinese bakeries. Kristina, we're so happy to have you here this morning.
So excited to be here, and this recipe inspired my cookbook.
Really?
Oh,
That's
amazing. Yeah.
All right, so let's start.
To me this bread.
Yeah.
And you say it's similar to something we're more familiar with.
And challah. It's like a soft, challah. It's like a soft, enriched bread, and it's the base for a lot of the baked buns in my cookbook. So once you master this, you unlock all
the
these
world is
recipes.
yours. Great.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So to start, we have some bread flour. We have a little bit of sugar in there, and an egg.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we're going to add our warmed up milk that has some yeast in there. Okay. And that's going to make it rise. And then we have this paste that's called a tongzong. It's a mixture of milk and some flour that's cooked down, and it's going to help our bread stay nice and soft and fresh for longer than a couple days. So it prevents it from getting stale too quickly.
Okay, so it's like a natural preservative.
Yeah, kind of. And then we're going to add some softened butter, again, making it soft and like a little bit of a buttery finish. Okay. So we're going to knead that until it's smooth, and then we're going to let it proof at room temperature for about 2 hours. If it's cold out, it might take 3. And then we have some dough here. I'm going to punch it down.
I was just about to do that. I was like, no.
Do you want to touch it?
I didn't know if I could, but
Yeah,
it's just
touch
like,
it.
oh, I love that so much.
It looks
really
so
satisfying.
As my kids say, satisfying.
Yes.
Yeah, you can all touch it if you want to. And then we're going to divide it into 12. So it makes about 12 buns no matter what recipe you pick. And if you want to be really exact, you can use a digital scale to weigh it out. If not, you can just eyeball it.
I'm sure you probably can eyeball it.
I'm getting
She's done
pretty
this
close to it. Yeah. And then you're just going to roll it up into a little dough ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easy peasy.
And do you have to let that proof again? Or
After we assemble, so now you guys can get in on the action.
Oh, yay. Okay.
so that dough ball is now this.
Now we rolled it out to
Okay.
a big enough piece so you can wrap a hot dog in. So you can grab a hot dog, place it in the center.
I told you this was my first thing I learned at home ec was pigs in a
Put it
blanket.
in the center of your dough. Oh, don't cut it yet.
Don't cut it.
Don't cut it.
And this is not pigs in a blanket.
fail that class?
Yeah, I did. No, I'm just kidding. No,
And now you're just going to bring up
Missy.
the edges of the dough. You're going to encase the hot dog. Yeah.
Okay.
So just like that, pinch it together, and just pinch hard so that it stays.
Okay.
Yep. Here, I'll help you.
That's so funny. Do you see what I did as a kid? I just like looked at that and I'm like, oh, I can do that.
Just like that.
Oh,
Okay. So what about the
Again,
edge?
too?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's fully encased in there. And then you can turn it over on the seam, just like that. And then you can grab your knife now.
Now
You're
I
going to
can-
cut it
now I
into 6
can cut
pieces.
it.
So you can eyeball it. I normally go from the middle.
Yeah, I was going to.
that's
Did you
smart.
see? I was going to do
Middle,
that.
middle, and then just
How many?
eyeball like a third of the
you need the
remainders.
Okay.
Yeah. And so your flower, you can see here, it's going to be a petal in the center, and then like 5 petals around.
so
cute.
That is really cute.
Okay.
So put
you
one in
just-
the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, and they can be just touching, but they're going to proof again, so they're going to get bigger.
You know what I love? You can do this at home with the kids.
my
like
gosh,
this is
this
cute.
is so
People
adorable.
love making these with their kids.
That's cute.
And all kids love hot dogs.
Oh, yeah,
Of course.
Yeah.
We only have a
All right.
minute left. Did you say a minute? Okay, let's go.
Okay.
All right, so after it proofs, we're going to brush on some egg wash. You can use this one that's gone nice and puffy.
Okay.
Hey, wow.
So after
it's so
it proofs.
messy.
Yeah.
Look at mine here. Go.
Yep, and that's going to help it get nice and golden. And then
Okay,
sprinkle
This is
on.
fun. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I want to make these at home.
And then sprinkle on.
Sesame seeds and green onions. Just
Before-
add a little
before they
color.
cook?
Yeah,
Like a
before
little
they
craft
cook.
project.
It's going to add a little
Okay.
pizzazz, a little bit color.
Now I
we
get
end
to
up-
eat.
And then they bake. And then you have these beautiful
long do you
Look
bake
how
it?
cute these are.
These are adorable. How long does it take to bake?
About 20 minutes, 18 to 20 minutes. So pull them apart. I like to eat them petal by petal. Like a pig's in a blanket, but better.
Oh my, and there's the
but
sweetness
prettier.
in the dough.
Yes, yeah.
That like tones down the salty.
Yeah, totally. I think that's a really nice balance.
This is an elevated pigs in a
Amazing.
blanket. Kristina, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For stopping by as I cram food in my mouth. For this recipe and more, this is really fun. You can head to today.com/food.